Hey guys, today I'm going to talk a little bit about being safe when you're walking your little dog. A lot of things that can hurt your little dog whenever you're out walking. I mean, there's the normal dangers that any dog can experience, like cars or whatever else, but little dogs are especially vulnerable. And one problem that I see a lot of people run into is just other dogs, right? So big dogs running. Dogs, I don't feel like, I'm not convinced that dogs see size. Like, I don't think like your 60-pound lab goes, oh, that's a Chihuahua, I've got to be gentle. I'm not convinced that they really get that, or not all dogs get that. You think about just this strange random dog coming up, and even trying to play with your dog, but worst case scenario would be trying to attack your dog. Even if they're just trying to play, one good swat from a big lab could, crush little Oscar here. So, if we start thinking about defensive handling, right? So handling being us handling our dog, right? Walking our dog or whatever. Even just playing with our dog or whatever. And then defensive, right? So something is already on the offensive, okay? So this is not, the things I'm about to tell you are not like, I don't want you going out and just doing these things, some of these things randomly. That's not what we're talking about. Okay, we're talking about you're already in a position where your dog is going to get hurt. There are no more options available for management, training, anything else. Like there's no, we're out of options, right? So like I've had people ask me like, Colby, what if, a big dog runs up to my little dog, I've got pepper spray, should I use that? Okay, first, any technique, anything like that, if it's gonna save your dog's life, okay, yeah. But understand that like if you have it in your head, like, okay, this is my fallback. This is the thing I'm gonna do when stuff goes wrong. Let's say it's a windy day, right? And you go to pepper spray this dog, and the wind gusts at that moment, or even just a little bit, and you and your dog get a face full, right? So then you just got three blind creatures, not able to go anywhere, and it's just not, it's not perfect. I mean, yes, if it's going to save your dog's life, if you feel like it's the right choice in the moment, I'm not going to fault you for that, but if I don't feel like, that would not be my go-to. Let me put it that way. Other things might be like an air horn, but just like the pepper spray, pepper spray can get in yours and your dog's eyes as well. Well, an air horn, okay, yeah, it's probably going to scare pretty much any dog off, right? It's also going to scare the hell out of your dog. And that may be an acceptable risk, depending on what the thing is that's happening at that moment. But I would suggest this instead. So maybe carry one or both of those as your final backup. But my go-to when I'm walking with dogs is an umbrella. And that's simply because of the surprise factor, and also, right, so a lot of times that surprise factor there is enough to make a dog with ill intentions run, just because, they couldn't possibly, unless they just happen to be real desensitized to the popping of an umbrella, it's probably going to surprise them, and they're like, oh man, I don't want to go after that little dog, like that person's crazy that's beside him. So that's pretty good. It might scare your dog, it's turning out to be terrible, right? And then also a useful thing is that, right, this is out like this, well, I can use it as a barrier between me and the other dog. And like we know that's super flimsy and they can barrel right through it, the dog doesn't know that, right? So, and if we just act like it's a, solid steel shield that is totally impenetrable, a lot of times that dog will believe that. I've done other things in other videos in the past where I've shown like they hold like a stick or something in front of me, or like really bad jumpers, so like they're jumping and stuff, and if I just hold that stick between us, I'm not like hitting them with the stick, I'm just it's just a barrier between us, and just my projection of like okay, you're not gonna get past this. You know, like a lot of times that's enough. That'll work. You know, so I think that's a really good tip. Again, when it comes down to you know, your dog's life or a random dog that's trying to get at your dog, hey man, do what you gotta do. You know, protect your dog. I don't want your dog hurt. But I think this is a pretty good option. Doesn't even hurt the other dog. It's just enough to keep them away, and then you can follow up on that by either talking to the owner, maybe calling animal control, depending on what's going on. You know, different things like that. But the dog didn't have to get hurt in the meantime, and then maybe there's options for that dog as well. Other stuff. So this is kind of the stuff that I would like you to do before even the umbrella or the pepper spray or the air horn or whatever, anything else you can imagine. The other thing would be like if you got a little dog, right? You can pick them up, obviously, but that might also get you bit. So be aware of your surroundings. So big dog comes up, you pick up your little dog. Maybe there's a pickup truck nearby. Set them in the back, right? And then maybe you jump in the back too, depending on what the dog's intentions are. Trash cans, you know, usually most places where you're walking, there's some kind of trash can nearby. Throw that little dog down in there. It's not ideal, but hey, it keeps them safe. You know, different things like that. Whatever it takes, keep your little dog safe. Keep them safe. You know, the umbrella's gonna be something I'm gonna be carrying whenever I take Oscar out and about. And then on the other end, big dog owners, keep your dog on a leash or train them to stay in your yard. Train a great recall. I can help you out with that. Or I've just got videos, you know, if you're like, man, I'd like to do that, but I just can't afford it. Okay, that's why I make the videos. Like I hope it helps you for nothing. You know, I just hope it helps everybody, because the more good dogs there are out there, the more freedom my dogs get, and people's dogs that I'm working with. So I hope this helps somebody. I hope this, you know, kind of opened everybody's eyes to some possibilities and protecting your dog and doing good things, and hope it gives you some ideas, some stuff to be safe about in the future. So, thanks guys.